Yeah, I'm good.
I'm Sean, by the way.
How you doing?
So we're in HCC's smart building program. So we're wanting to interview people that were in the industry to see what it was like and how can we get into it. So what do you do in your current role?
I've been doing this for 40 years.
Okay.
I started my business back in 1986, and about half of the people that are in the alarm business used to work for me.
Okay.
I used to free wire 1,000 homes a year, and we did probably in that 1,000 homes we installed alarms in about 600 of them every year.
Wow.
And so doing the monitoring is the name of the game because that's where it's reoccurring. And it's like the phone company. They sit there and watch you use the phone. I sit there and watch you use the alarm system.
Yeah.
It's probably technically one of the best businesses to get into. If I recommend or somebody asks me, the technical industry is growing so fast that this industry is growing even faster. And being in the alarm business is a hands-on approach. You get your hands dirty. You do things that you're supposed to do with wire, with the alarm system, knowledge, and then able to create a relationship between the customer and your company,
Okay.
whether it's your company or it's another person's company. Should have learned that in ethics, that relationships with the customer is very important.
It is.
Because trust, okay? Like I said, I pre-wired 1,000 homes a year. I didn't do that by myself. I had to hire people that were reputable enough to let them go into other people's homes and that person trust that person. They didn't trust that person, they trusted me. Because I was the one that sold the alarm system. I was the one that told them what they were going to get, and I was the one that fulfilled that obligation. And if you're going to get into this industry, that's what you need to perceive to other people, that you want to be able to give that customer the, I don't know what the word would be, but you have to give that customer the feeling of being able to trust you.
Yeah. Your customer relations that you build up and
I've put alarm systems in homes with people that have $25,000 paintings on their wall. I don't know, and I'm probably too young to know who George Bush Sr. was.
yeah, of course.
But I pre-wired his house over in Tanglewood
Yeah.
and put the alarm system in there. I was invited to his house for the party when they closed on their house.
Wow.
So that was a relationship that I got. I had to do background checks, the whole 9 yards. And if you don't have that kind of security, then you don't get invited into that kind of stuff. I got that through the builder who was building the house.
Yeah.
So that got me in there. So what other questions do you have?
For someone that is considering going into the alarm industry, what path would you think that a young person should start taking?
Definitely get into the fire alarm business, get into the security alarm business, the access control business, and the camera business. Those are the four main things that they're not going to get something from AI. Go
Yeah.
up into that corner and hang that camera or install that keypad that that person has to use every day.
Yeah.
Okay? If something goes wrong with that keypad, they're not going to call AI, they're going to call
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
Okay? So that's what you have to present to that company, that person, that you have the ability to fix that keypad or fix that camera. Okay?
All right.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
What else do you want to know?
I know you said that you see that the industry keeps growing and it's growing even faster now.
The business is growing because they're like in the fire alarm business. I was in a seminar today where they said that they are making the HJs, the people that regulate fire alarm industry, the fire marshals, they're starting to want in businesses to have the ability to communicate with the fire alarm guy inside that building. And that's a new industry that's going to be opening up wide as soon as the fire marshal decides to start activating that particular thing. Because if there is a school that has an emergency where they have a shooting and a bunch of people are bogged down in a room, they found out that the police, SWAT, were not able to communicate with anybody inside.
Yeah.
And that's what the future is coming. Or a person inside a building not being able to communicate with a fireman because the building is on fire. That's coming quick. And so fire industry is good to get into.
Okay.
And the security industry is good to get into. Not that you're providing security, but you're providing a way of the people feeling that an alarm system is there for security. The security that you're giving them is so they don't have to come home and confront somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to find somebody scaring them down with a gun. They don't have to. They don't have to come home and find that all their stuff is gone without them at home. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Those are things that people want to know.
Yeah.
And you're going to provide that service for them, as well as that business is going to be requiring this over the next few years. And that's just going to be just one building. It's going to be every building.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is to find out how many fire alarms there are in the city of Houston alone and divide it amongst the technicians that are sitting in your classroom. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's going to be probably an average 5 to 10,000 a piece. Figure that out, that amount of what you're going to be able to take, because you're going to want something that you're going to be able to want to get into, to where you're going to make money.
Yeah.
That's what's going to do.
Okay. Thanks for the help.
No problem. Thank you, and it's a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, sir.
You better not.
So I had interviewed Russ, and he was telling me that he was in the alarm business for 40 years, which is an insane amount of time. That's awesome. And that it's a really good business to get into because people want to make sure that they are safe, especially now more than ever with all the craziness that's been inside the world and all the stuff that's on the news that scares people, which is good for us. But he was also saying that fire alarm, security camera, and control panels was the best stuff to get into. But it's not just about getting into that business, it's about the customer relations that you build along the way, because you don't want to just go in there and get out because people are like, okay, who's this guy? You need to make sure that they feel safe that you're going in there, and
that you're going to give them the top quality work. Because that's all you're worth, is how good of a job can you do. And then something else that he was telling me after my video interview with him was, don't be too greedy, because there will always be more cooking on the table to take. But if you screw someone else and they hear about, and someone else hears about it and they pass it along, guess what? You're out of cookies. And he was showing me that everybody at ADI, they all know each other. So they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey, that guy's a bad worker. Don't trust that guy." So you don't want to do that either. But I thought it was really insightful from talking to him and hearing his expertise on what would be the best route to get into. Because it's something I'd be considering to go into, because it sounds pretty cool and fun.